that. Oh, look at this. That's not a good sign. Whoops. These are the bushings for the, I keep forgetting that name on that thing, sway bar. So these are the bushings for the sway bar. And some lube. Oh, look at that. See if I can do this. All right, so these are 23 millimeters instead of like 19 or something. Okay, so let's compare these two. These are the original. Yep, that's definitely something you're gonna have to swap out. That'll be fine. That'll be just great. I'm just gonna put all those up there. All right, so in today's video, I thought we would kind of go through this engine a little bit because we need to order some parts. Like, I don't want to run with this old belt, for example. So let's see, that we get the right one. I'm gonna take the cam cover off, have a look at the cam belt. We'll probably buy a new one of those. We're gonna have a look at all these pulleys, make sure they're all right. If they're not, we'll buy new ones. All right, so it's kind of like, it's not perfect, but it's definitely not broken. And this one, and it actually feels pretty good. This one, I wouldn't say that has any problems either. It sounds pretty good. Yeah, these are not with a clutch, so these are fine. There's a slight noise in it. It's nothing too crazy. No play. These are kind of notorious. Oh, they just pump out a little. Yep. Oh, did you look at the color on that? That is not nice. It's definitely not red. Maybe it doesn't have red. I don't know. All right, so let's get rid of this cam cover. There's no stickers or anything that shows me that this has been changed or anything like that, so we got it. Check it out. I think this is a number 12. We definitely need a cam belt. It's all glazed over and shiny. I don't know if you can see that, but there are tiny cracks in the cam belt right there. We're definitely not going to be using that, but it's nice to see how this looks like. The whole tensioning system is quite different. We have this thing that kind of bops on this thing. I have no idea if that tensioner works. So I might look at replacing this thing, water pump, timing belt. Ooh, this looks like fun. Anyway, we're definitely gonna need everything timing wise, that is for sure. This engine kind of looks like it's been sitting for a while. Probably hasn't run, like I can't tell, but it looks like quite a long time. Maybe we should try to turn it over. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, but yeah, let's try that. Must be this way, right? Yeah, it turns over easy, no problem. You should probably check that when you're buying the engine. I don't know why I didn't do that. I guess I trusted the guy. I trust people way too often. Now this engine does use a rotor and cap system. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna. Initially we're gonna try not to use this. We're gonna try to use that Jurgen box and use coil and plug, but we will need to cover this up somehow, like a plug of some sort. So I will have to look into that. Oh, look at this. That's not a good sign. Whoops. And I was bragging about how stock this thing was. Someone's been doing the T-cross on it. Oh well, that's fine, I guess. We've all been there, right? Positive crankcase ventilation trap thingy, whatever you want to call it. Definitely gonna go ahead and get that replaced. So we'll do that when we do the intake swap, because we're not going to be running with this intake. Of course, this is the Volvo 850 style intake. It's quite different from you know, the newer. This is the one you run with. So we're just going to take this whole intake, put it on here. So why don't you run with this intake? Because the firewall is right here. So you have the throttle body right there. So that's not really going to work, is it? All of this is going to hit the firewall, including the distributor and cap. So if you're going to run with distributor and cap, you're going to have to take all of this and put it right here. And there are kits for that. So that is very simple. Just buy that kit and you'll be set. If you are interested in the distributor style of building one of these swaps, go to Eiffel Garage. He has done a T5 build as well, and he is using this old system. So I'll put a link right here somewhere to his channel, and you can guess I'm going to check it out. He's also Swedish, so but he speaks English. But he does that distributor style right here. I am not exactly sure how I'm gonna do the AC delete on this, if I will just use another combination of pulleys and not have that AC pump thing delete. I would really not like to have, like, if I could exclude that AC delete thing, I would. And I know you can get these engines, you know, without the AC, and then you just have a single belt. You don't have the idler pulley, because I would like to put that thing on the T6 engine, because I know you can't do that short belt swap on that. It's still shaped like, yeah. I'd say it's been sitting for a while, definitely. I don't really like that that's gone. You see the screw is gone, and I saw the screw on the starter motor right there. Why is that lying in there? Maybe I should just take this off and check under here. See, this is also a reason as to why I want to swap out the PCV system. This is like, you know, it's rock hard. This is supposed to be soft. But you know, that's what they do. They get stiff over time, and then they just start cracking and not working properly. I actually think this one's cracked a little bit up here, so you definitely need this to be sealed up and in good condition. Ooh, Bosch Platinum. Looking beautiful, actually. These look pretty good. No rust on them or anything like that. No nasty surprises. Let's see if we can look down on the cylinders a little bit. I would like to get a scope cam in there and kind of check it out, but I don't have one of those at the moment. Maybe I should buy one. Put a comment down if I should buy one. All right, so let's talk a little bit why I decided to abandon this engine and go for this engine instead. This one is, like, the biggest issue is that this is 83 millimeters in bore, okay? So it's the big bore of the blocks. Like, basically you have the 81 millimeter bore and the 83 millimeter bore. This is the 83, that is the 81. And that goes through all series, the 5 cylinders, the 4 cylinders, the 6 cylinders. It's the same thing with the 6 cylinder right here. This is a 2.8 81 millimeter bore. And then you have the 2.9, which is an 83 millimeter bore. So the 81 millimeter bore is better because the cylinder walls are thicker. Then that means it's less likely to blow a head gasket, you know, in short. Like, it'll take more of a boost, more power, better cooling. Everything is just better with the 81 millimeter bore. So you can kind of say that the 83 millimeter bore is a big no-no. Don't buy those engines. It doesn't matter which one it is, don't get it, okay? If you're going really super hardcore, I guess it doesn't matter, because then you will probably sleeve the engine anyway, so then you won't have those issues, but we're not in that league right now. Not even close. So, I mean, if you want to get like a 3 to 400 horsepower kind of reliable 5.6 4-cylinder engine, you want the 81 millimeter bore if you're doing things on a reasonable budget, okay? Do not go for the 83 millimeter bore. Another issue with this engine is the engine management system, which is the ME7, which is just completely locked. It's not like the Motronic, you can't really play around with it. I mean, yeah, I guess I could unlock it somehow. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, but it's just not very practical, and it's not a good example for like making YouTube videos and stuff like that. It's just gonna be, it's not gonna be very relatable because most people actually start out with that engine. And to be honest, I should have started with something like that. It was kind of a mistake to buy this engine. I didn't know enough, I know better now. And the last thing is that it still has VVT. And I'm not gonna be using the VVT, especially not an exhaust VVT, because that's just for emissions. You can't use that for power in any way. A dual VVT setup, yeah, I guess that would be kind of nice, but nope, not in this case. So what is going to happen to this engine? Well, I'm going to try to get basically everything you can see in front here, cam cover, just pulleys, everything, pumps. I'm going to try to get all of that onto the T6. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I'm hoping it is, because they're kind of the same generation. I'm going to use the coils. We'll steal those. Might put the coils on that engine or on that engine and buy new coils for that engine. I'm not really sure. But it's not going to, like, basically when I'm done with this thing, it's just going to be a cylinder head and an engine block. And then I will probably just take that apart and use it for spares. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. In the next episode, we're probably going to be cleaning this engine. So I'm actually going to start right now, which is why I'm wearing different clothes. I'm going to start right now and start tearing this thing apart. So we're just going to go from one video to the next. And we'll start cleaning this thing up. All right, see you guys in the next video. Ha det gött! Hej!